every time I would see the billboard that a gun show was coming to Kansas City, I'd get very excited, and I always made those gun shows. There were so many guns to look at, and that's really why I went. And me trying to save money at a gun show is literally impossible. I can't go there without walking out spending hundreds of dollars. However, lately, I've made the decision I'm not going to gun shows anymore. They've become just such a terrible experience. So what I'm going to take a look at is we're going to take a look at the top 5 reasons I won't be going to gun shows anymore. Number 1, price gouging. Since this 2020 year began and has kind of fallen in the direction it's fallen, I've never seen price gouging like I've seen at gun shows. It may be, in my opinion, the worst place to go and try to get a good deal. And for some reason, the prices just keep going up. When I thought, well, maybe it'll get better, it only gets worse. Number 2, lack of people actually selling guns. Now, I've seen a transition to where there's like 80-90% tables of people selling guns to now I'd say somewhere between 15 to 20% of the tables at gun shows are actually selling gun-related items. The rest of the tables, they're selling things like new windows for your home, or vacations to Branson, or roasted peanuts, that kind of thing. I'm not really sure why the people who organize these gun shows even allow that percentage to be so incredibly terrible. I think they'll just sell tables to anybody. Number 3, lack of product. So even the people that actually have tables selling guns, they don't have very much, and the choices are really quite terrible. There are things that you can kind of find anywhere. Used to be, when I would go to a gun show, that there was so many unique guns, such a chance to see things that you might not see anywhere else. Now, you just see the same old at every single table that actually has guns, which is very few, and then the number of guns they're actually selling is very few. Now, the last gun show I went to, there was maybe 2 tables that actually had a decent variety, but really, only 2. Number 4, this underlying negative energy and anxiety among the people there. Now, I've always said, and you've probably heard me say in videos in the past, that the gun community is one of the kindest communities I've ever been to. It used to be a fun experience to go to gun shows and go to SHOT Show. People were in great spirits, and they were always kind. Now there's just this underlying anxiety and anger. It's just a very negative energy in the place. It's hard to describe, and I think the underlying tone is that people are desperate. They're like, I gotta get a gun, I gotta get a gun. It's really kind of strange, and people are just kind of shoving their way through places. It's really odd, and I've never experienced it like I've experienced this year. And finally, number 5, there's no negotiating. People are not just price gouging, they won't be flexible at all. That was the greatest thing about gun shows, is you can kind of wheel and deal a little bit, but there's none of that. Nobody is willing to bend at all in any way, shape, or form. Even gun stores around me are still willing to be a little bit flexible, but at the gun show, they're not just price gouging, they won't bend at all. And those 5 things combined make it really one of the worst gun buying experiences I've really ever had. So there you go. There's the 5 reasons I definitely will not be going to gun shows anytime soon, for sure. And I don't really see this changing in the near future. I think it takes some time to really get it back to the place it was, if it ever really does. Love to hear your thoughts on it. Put it in the comments below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. If you feel called to support our channel through Patreon, that link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. This channel is a ministry to us, so never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.